Are you ready? You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. Money, 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 mithril money. Building stats like gold and honey. The code is tweaked, the volumes run. The alpha's back, the Friday fun. You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. Money, 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 mithril money. Hey, yeah! Money, 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 mithril money. Oh, mithril. Money, 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 mithril money. Can you dig it? Oh, hit me. You thought we'd sleep, no time to weep. We're here again, let alpha reign. The code is tweaked, the volumes run. The family's back, the Friday fun. Money, 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 mithril money. Mithril money in the house. Money, 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 mithril money. Ha! Hey!
Welcome everyone to another week of Alpha Friday. Wow, I'm usually standing up and jumping around a bit. It feels a bit weird sitting down. We're currently moving, so I'm literally sitting in an empty room with like boxes as a table/solution for my screen. But great to be here, people. We have a lot to go through. I can nearly with certainty say that I don't think we're going to keep it within half an hour a day, but we're going to try and do our best. I will share the agenda that we have in the group chat so that we can all see it. Hopefully this keeps me a bit more on track and keeps me structured rather than just everywhere. Wow, that did not get posted as I thought it would be. So this week, we've had the Mithril Vault go live. We've had the ending of one Pacifica competition, the beginning of the new Pacifica competition. We've had the ending of one sprint, the opening of another sprint. We've also had the prize distribution of that sprint. We've also had the first distribution on Aftermath. I just crunched my own numbers. And it's quite interesting, but it's still way too early to say boo or bah. But we're going to look a little bit at the data and see. And then we also have new Delta Neutral on Aftermath. So Delta Neutral is now available for Aftermath. And then we have a little bit of a Q&A. We also, of course, we also have the Paradex dime situation. There's two parts to that. One that we can control. And then we take full accountability, and one part that we can't control that we will explain a bit further. I think actually let's start with that part. Hello, welcome everyone. Because I think this is the one that is on top of people's mind. Yesterday, Paradex did their TGE. We very quickly noticed that there was something wrong in the conversion of XP points to dime tokens. We contacted the team immediately. We continued to contact them with a high frequency because what happened was that a lot of users that had used Mithril essentially didn't receive the right amount of tokens. It's that simple. It was a wrong conversion.
Like 4 times less. Because the ratio was approximately 1 XP is 0.8 dime, and we got like 0.2, 0.25. So we were missing 4 times the token we expected to get compared to what people were sharing on Discord and social media.
Exactly. Thank you, Thomas. We have since yesterday been in contact with the team because this is not a situation that we were super happy with. They know that. They also know that our community was not super happy with this mathematical screw-up. What we hold ourselves accountable for is making sure that the teams and partners that Mithril work with keep their word and are held accountable to the promises that they make us and the Mithril community. So that is what we hold ourselves accountable for. That's within our control. What happened in this situation, we couldn't control because we don't have access to the exact mathematical formula. We didn't have access to do the token distribution ourselves. All of that is managed completely 100% by the Paradex team. What we could do was to grab the team as soon as we saw the discrepancy, inform them about the situation, and keeping them informed and applying pressure on the team to have it resolved as quickly as possible so that you and us got the tokens that we rightfully deserved. That should have been corrected since a couple of hours ago. So if you have already claimed your DIME tokens and you had roughly a 4x less DIME tokens than you should have gotten, you can now claim again. I've tested this, it works, and you will get full amount of tokens that you are entitled to. If you didn't claim yesterday, you can still claim today, and you will get all of the tokens that you are entitled to. Good night, sorry, depending on where you are. So this should now have been resolved. What was within our control was the communication and coordination with the team. What we did not control was the mathematical formula behind this, the actual distribution, and of course what's happened in the market since. We don't need to go too much into it because we can't control it, but of course the Paradex TGE was quite a big disappointment for a lot of people, not just the Mithril community, but a lot of people around, including some of their own. Sorry, Tom, I'm just going to mute you while the construction finishes. I think that there is a series of events that could maybe have been dealt with better. However, it's hard to say without having all of the data. We're not a part of the Paradex teams, so we don't have all of the data and why they took the decisions that they took. What we can do is to speculate based on the information that we have. But I do understand every single one that is frustrated that they didn't have the tokens at the time of TGE because you were robbed of your ability to take the action that you wanted when you wanted it. Whether you wanted to hold it or whether you wanted to sell it, you didn't have that option. And that we take very seriously because that is a breach of trust. So we will internally discuss how we move forward with Paradex as the Mithril team, but we do understand everyone's frustration. Believe me, we share it. I think personally, I lost 9-10K in that conversion. Sanders, great question. We will continue discussions with the Paradex team throughout the weekend and early next week. So I do not have a clear answer on this as of now. So I can't give you an answer. I'm sorry, Sanders. Please use text for the code because I don't understand English. I will definitely do. We will do the code in English, and I will write it. And great, Stephen, that you tried. I would encourage everyone, please, if you haven't already, go and claim your DIME token. Make sure that it's the right amount. We've done a couple of tests. I have a couple of accounts that I've done this on now, and it seems to be very accurate. But if there's any discrepancies, do let us know. And do let us, you're more than welcome to send us feedback. Last sort of comments on it. We try to look at this from what can we control and hold ourselves accountable for that. And what we couldn't control was the math and the distribution or the market price. But making sure that everybody got the tokens that they rightfully deserve, that we could have an impact on. And that's what we've been focusing on for the last 24 hours. All right, do let us know if you have any comments regarding this. Just drop them in the, do let us know if you have any questions or statements that you want to make regarding this. Just drop them in the comments, and I will bring them up as we go through the Alpha Friday. All right, so then we've discussed the Paradex, the XP to Dime conversion, and yes, it should now have.
Now we have one more thing to discuss about this, is what happened with the dime or the money in the vault, the LP vault. Right now, so to be super transparent with everyone, we collected XP with the vault, and like right now this is dust or peanuts. It's like $200, the entirety of the airdrop that we received for Paradex. So it's like, it's quite low. And we need kind of to decide what we do with it. We could transform it into USDC and distribute. Most of you will get maybe I think we have 200 or 250 point holders. So most of you will get like a couple of dollars. Or we could do something else with it, or we could distribute. I don't think we can distribute Dime because it's only on Paradex anyway, so we don't have this option. Or we could, I don't know, do a giveaway or something. Personally, I don't think what I'm doing with my own Dime that I got, I don't want to sell them because I believe it's unlikely that the price will go down. Like it's already so low, 50 million for this DEX. It's hard to. It feels a bit undervalued, but it's just my opinion. So I'd rather sit on it a bit and see maybe it can do a 2x rather than just sell at the current prices. So now the question is not what I want to do with my money, it's what we decide to do with this very tiny airdrop allocation that supposedly is to all of us. So maybe I don't know, we do like a vote on this on Twitter, on Telegram or something.
Let us know in the comments. So as Thomas said, if we distribute it, it's roughly $1 each. So it's not the biggest thing to distribute. We could do something else with it. We could do like a randomize. One user gets all of it. We can do 3. Like, let us know how you think. This is not our money; it's your money. If we distribute it evenly as it should be distributed, it's roughly $1 each over 240 people, 250 people. If you want us to do that, we can do that. If you want us to do something else with it, let us know, and then we can host like a vote or something like that on it, either on TG, in the guild, or on X. Beautiful. Thomas, the Mithril Vault was the first agenda point of the day. Is there anything else that we want to say with it? Because the performance, we had a look at the performance excluding the points, and it's actually been quite a beautiful performance over the months that it's been active. So we're touching roughly 17.5, was it 17.7 or 17.9% APY? I think, yeah, let's round it down to be on the safe side. So 17.5% APY is currently the performance excluding points. Understandably so, we haven't had a huge influx in deposits this week. It still sits around the same TVL as it's at before. Withdrawals are open today, so anybody that needs a bit of liquidity that wants to make a withdrawal.
No, Alex, we processed already all the withdrawals.
Sorry.
It was processed this morning. We made a communication on Telegram and we distributed the tokens for the depositors.
Perfect. Sorry, thank you for correcting me. Okay, and then we have the Pacifica competition. So a bit of good news in all of this is that the Pacifica competition ended and the Bulls were in the win. So congratulations to everybody in the Mithril community that chose the same team as we did, or like as Mithril. We communicated that we waited one day. we saw which team was in the lead. It was the Bulls. And since that, the Bulls have climbed quite considerably, so the gap has increased. I think I received roughly 1,000 extra points from it. I don't know how much each individual got, but it was 500,000 extra points distributed to the Bulls, to the participants in the Bulls team. I saw that one guy did over 100K in positive P&L, so I saw that he got quite a decent chunk of it. I think he got 20% of it or something like that, but that still leaves roughly 400,000 points for the rest of us. So there was a couple of whales in there. Maybe they're in here. There was a couple of whales in there that got a really nice chunk. I got 1,000, but I just had 0.2% or something like that of the teams of the Bulls allocation. And there's a new competition that Pacifica launched on the 5th of March. So yesterday they launched a new one. You have all of that information available on our X. We did a quote retweet highlighting the parts that we think are quite interesting. But there is at least 300,000 going to the traders behind the builders. So it's essentially a builder competition, or that's how they're creating the cohorts. So rather than having bears versus bulls, you have the different builder teams, the different builders and the users on those builders. And then you also have 200,000 extra points for the top 100 traders. So you can earn both by running your bots in Mithril. I think we're currently the 3rd or 4th largest builder on Pacifica. And then you can also earn points by being one of the top 100 traders. So there's a nice little split there, so that regardless of if you're big or if you're small, you have the possibility of earning some extra points. And this competition will be going on for some time. So it's a good opportunity to take advantage of. I'm just going to take a short moment to read some comments that I missed. So to be honest, there's enough gamification and uncertainty as it stands. I suggest taking the points snapshot for distribution now and selling the dime in a few weeks and distribute USDC. I think that's quite a good idea. So what Sander suggests is that we take a snapshot so that we have a source of truth, and then maybe we wait 1 or 2 weeks to see how dime evolves. To me, it feels, I echo a little bit what Thomas said, to me it feels unlikely that Paradex, that has just done $1 trillion in volume, I have a base understanding of what they have earned, that they have a fully diluted value of $50 million, to me seems quite off in terms of a fair value based on their earnings. But I could be wrong, but I think Sanders poses a really good suggestion here. Stephen?
We will make the point snapshot right now, so we have the option to use this solution if we want to.
Yeah. Let's make a vote. I second that, Stefan. And just a quick question, sir, for depositing into the Mithril Vault. Is there any possibility that the vault will always be open? No, because we need to manage the allocations in the vault. So it's not a passive vault. It has active management in it. We allocate into the perp dexes that have good fundamentals and decent APYs. Sometimes there's a bit more of a risk off strategy, and sometimes there's a bit more of a risk on strategy. So we can't have it open all the time. That would make managing this very hard. Thomas, are we going to continue having it open on the same interval, or are we going to change the frequency by which we open up the vault?
So right now, to be honest, the interest is quite low with the vault. We had very few deposits this week. So we are wondering if it worth at all to keep opening it. Maybe we will just put it as withdraw only, so that you can always, of course, withdraw funds whenever you want. Right now we process withdrawal once a month, but you can initiate the withdrawal whenever you want. So most probably that's what we will do, just because 2 months in a row we had very low deposit.
Yeah. So that answers the second question a bit as well. Maybe we could open up like a ticketing system so that like if you want to do a deposit over $1,000 or $2,000-$3,000, we could open it up. But for now, I think we will keep the current deposit once a month. We might even decrease it and only do withdrawals because it does take some time away from us to manage it. And currently there is no enough, no attraction. What is the word for it? There's not enough interest for us to increase the frequency. Oh, nice, Stephen. Happy to hear that you got some extra points. All right, let's jump to the next one. Yes, so we have Aftermath. Quickly on the guild. So guild February sprint ended. We had record amount of participation, points earned, and quests done. So I actually made a mistake. Whoever was the number 4, I won't say it now, but whoever was on the number 4, you got, I think, $70 instead of 30. That was me being a bit too quick. I'm more than happy to pay a bit extra. But so all of the rewards should have been processed early this week. So Monday afternoon, all participants in the top 10, excluding myself, should have received their rewards. So super big thanks to everyone that is participating in the guild and sharing feedback both on Telegram, but also on X and to us in the team. The March sprint has opened. It's currently live and the leaderboard is already forming. So it's super fun to see. And hopefully we can expand on the guild gradually. But we're going to end this Alpha Friday with a little bit of alpha on what we're building, because the next feature is something big and it's something we've been working on for a long time. It's not around the corner. I want to manage expectation, maybe 1.5 months away. But we have a big product update that is getting priority right now. After that, I might do some updates to the guild as well. Right, and then we have Aftermath. So shortly, Aftermath, Delta Neutral is now live. Aftermath still has a very limited assets available. So it's, I think, currently only available on on BTC and XAG, right?
No, they did quite a lot. They have silver, they have oil, gold, and BTC, and ETH and SUI. So it's okay. Like they add quite a lot of interesting markets.
ETH. Sorry, it's me that's a little bit behind. I've been tuning my BTC bots because. So we have Delta Neutral available on these assets on Aftermath, which is quite exciting. And I will just share my screen very, very quickly because I did a bit of an analysis earlier today that I just published. We're going to see. Here we go. So quite an interesting situation with Aftermath, because Aftermath gives out 2 types of rewards. And I am very happy to see this because I think Stacy actually also wrote a great thread about sort of the state of Web3 and what projects that are making it are doing different from projects that are not making it. And I think a fair value distribution of the value created by all of the participants in the ecosystem, it's definitely the main driver. We can see this with Curve, we could see this with Uniswap, we could see this with Aave, some of the DeFi giants today that have survived 2 market cycles already. And I think that Aftermath is a little bit following that suit. And what do I mean with that concretely? They're paying you to trade. Because when you trade on Aftermath, you're giving them value, right? You're creating value. You're helping them test out the product. I don't know how many messages Thomas and myself have sent the team about fix this, look at this, What about if you do this? All of that is valuable. For that value, for giving them feedback, for trading, for using their technology, they're literally paying you for it. So it's, yeah, good term. It's trade to earn. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit because I just did a deep dive on my own data. For the people that have run bots on Aftermath, I would love if you could challenge me on this data. If you see something different, if you see something similar, let us know, because this is quite interesting. Because right now, according to my data, it looks like we've found an infinite money glitch. And isn't that music to everyone's ears? So if we have a quick look at this, we have my Uguay BTC market maker on Aftermath. We can see that I did 63K in volume and change. It costed me roughly, not roughly, very exactly, it costed me $98.58. We can see that my CPM was very high. It was $1,560. So because of this, I made my trade sizes quite small, and I didn't generate that much volume because I felt like this could have been a very expensive experiment. But I earned, we're going to see if I can switch image. I earned $161. This is not the value of the points. I want to make this clear. This is $161 in Liquid SUI. Today, I sold that and I got that in USDC, and I still have my points. So the claimable rewards is not some sort of extrapolated estimated value of the points. The claimable rewards are Liquid SUI that you can claim the day that you get them and convert them to whatever you want. This is what makes this really interesting. So if I jump quickly back to the thread, we can see I spent $98.58. I had a CPM of 1,560. I did 63K worth of volume. I got a decent amount of points. I need to do the breakdown of the points per 10K and 100K. But I essentially made $63.22 just from the liquid rewards by themselves. That means that if you have a CPM on Aftermath below $2,560 per 1 million of volume, you are profitable purely from liquid rewards, regardless of the value of the points. The 250.60 is also the break-even zone, right? So if you're at $2,560 in CPM, you are right at the break-even point, and if you're above that, it is arguably too expensive. You are then farming at a loss of the liquid rewards. It could be that these points are worth something in the future, but to be on the safe side, on Aftermath, I would do as a general, not recommendation because I'm not a financial advisor, but as a general benchmark, I would say if you have a CPM below 2,560, based on current data, we only have 1 week of distribution. So if you ever thought about you're early, you're definitely early. That we can guarantee. But it looks like if you got a CPM below $2,560, you're profitable on liquid rewards. If you have a budget, you're not profitable on liquid rewards. I, as of today, after doing this analysis, exponentially scaled up my efforts on Aftermath. So my ticket size went from $20 to $300. I'm going to be documenting this as best as I can with the time I have available to share my own progress. But do please challenge me if you guys, because I know that a couple of you are also running bots on Aftermath. If you see different numbers, please let me know. Share what you see as the break even on Aftermath in terms of CPM. And if you have bot configs that are below that, great opportunity to share it, because potentially you're just helping people find an infinite money glitch. Thomas, what is your ticket size on Aftermath? Sorry, Sanders, give you feedback on Aftermath discussing NFT. Yeah, like I will quote Alex Vassell. I don't do it that often, but this time I will quote Alex Vassell because he taught me something very good, and it's impossible to do good business with bad people. Likewise, it's nearly impossible to not do good business with good people. From the moment we met the Aftermath team, it was quite clear that their priority was they put the community very high on that list. And I think that's what we're looking for in terms of partner. We might not always have created the best partnerships, but it's definitely something that we're trying to get better at and to get the most value possible to the community. And so far, Aftermath seems to be able to walk their talk, which I applaud when that happens. Sanders, keep up the fantastic work. And I would recommend to everyone, like, they have been very open with all of the feedback that we have sent them. So do like Sanders, and you might get a little egg NFT, whatever that is worth, or if it's just.
So if you know what's this NFT about, let us know, because I also got one for helping out on the API documentation, but I've got no idea what this will do. But we have it. We're happy.
Still cool. Beautiful. So we've gone through Aftermath. We have the Delta Neutral open. It seems like currently, based on the first week of distribution, it seems like there is an infinite money glitch as long as your CPM is below 2,560. These numbers are to be attested, so please do challenge me if you have conflicting data. The more accurate we can get this data, the more we can help out the entire community and hopefully make money, all of us. And now, Thomas, I think we can give a little bit of alpha. We're actually doing quite well on time. So now we shouldn't drag over too much, because now we're actually I'm going to do this agenda more and more in the future. Thomas, over the last couple of weeks, we have been thoroughly investigating and strategizing. You guys know most likely the feature we're talking about. We're talking about the DIY strategies. And a part of that is to capture what we've done, all of the modular blocks, the strategies, the market regime data, the executional data, the parameters, the reference bots. All of this is leading towards the vision. A vision where you can have a ChatGPT-like interface. You can give it something super simple as, holy shit, Dubai just got bombed. I want to go long oil, right? Sorry for using, maybe that's a bit too recent, but as an example, or something as advanced as, I want you to look at the New York Open for 1 hour, establish the support and resistance, and then I want you to identify the breakout when you see a fair value gap, and I want you to put in a $500 ticket size. That's a bit more of a complex trading strategy. Or maybe you just want to find the best delta neutral or the biggest point arbitrage opportunity. We're building this. We have been building it. One of the big learnings that we've had this week is that we need to update our database and our infrastructure so that we can enable for agentic cross-coordination. Thomas, you have, I think, roughly identified when we want to do the database migration. Do you want to give people a little bit of information of what they can expect? But we can say already now, like, no funds will be compromised, no points will be compromised, but we might have some downtime on the bots. The bots will be paused during the migration, and then they will be resumed after the migration. Nothing else most likely will be affected. But Thomas, you know this a bit better than I do, because you've been in the trenches building the new database, starting to prepare for the migration. What can you tell people? What are people to expect, and when do we think that this will happen?
Yes, so we have to do something super techy and boring and not interesting for normal people, which is to migrate from one supplier to another one, so we get more control over our own database and who or what can get access to it. And it's something we have to do to be more in control of our product, basically. And during the weekend and maybe Monday morning, we will be conducting this migration. So basically, we have a database there. We'll move all of the data there, and it will take maybe up to, I don't know, 3-4 hours. And we will stop all the bots, take a snapshot of the bot, stop them, migrate data, restart the bot. So you don't have to do anything on your end. This will happen. We will. Not 100% sure if it's going to be on Sunday or Monday morning. We need to, but we will inform you for that. Why we do that? Because, as Alex said, there is something we want to do since a long time, and we were trying to find the best way in terms of product infrastructure to make it happen is automatizing trading and through agent with intelligent agent that can spot opportunities on the market, continuously learn based on your preferences, your investor profile, if you're more risk averse or the opposite. And it's going to be a product that is not for farming, but really to aim for P&L trading, right? So it just imagine a super smart team of agents, because we're talking about a team, not just a single agent, but one agent which will be like the team leader orchestrating all of the other agents. Then we have an agent expert in technical analysis, an agent expert in what's happening in the world, more like fundamental analysis, having access to live sources of data. We'll have an agent that is managing all the execution of the trade, an agent that is focusing on making sure the execution agent is behaving within the boundaries set up by the users, like the risk management, is it okay, the trade size, all these kind of parameters. It's like the security enforcer, we could say. And probably another agent that will catch all the learnings and the knowledge and accumulate it so it becomes smarter and smarter. And now we have a way to do it, and we have already a lot of kind of proprietary data based on all the bots that have been running, and we will be able to. It's hard to say when exactly, right? But that's the next big product we want to release. This agentic trading based on your preference, your investor profile, learning with you, and able to spot opportunities, but also simply execute the orders that you sent.
It's quite suiting that Sanders stopping after a bot doesn't always close all orders and position. You're right, Sanders. So we're looking into this. We've seen it ourselves. I would say the same when it comes to running a delta neutral. For the more advanced strategies or the new DEX integration, please always double check. So when you open up the trade, make sure that it opens up as it should. And when you close down the trade, close it down on Mithril first, and then jump over to Aftermath. If you're just running a normal trading strategy, make sure that it's closed. If you're running a delta neutral, make sure that both of the DEXs have closed both of the positions so that you don't have one leg open. But this is something that we're continuously trying to tweak and fix. But it can still happen. It doesn't happen that often. I think I've run 30, 40 delta neutrals soon. And it might happen on 2 or 3 of them. I think I've documented it. So there is, but it does still happen. So please always double check. So do I need to worry about the migration now? No, so no, but we will have communications going out when the migration happens, when the migration is completed, so that everybody can double check.
Sander, we will close the bot, but we won't close the position. So when the bot restarts, it will take the previous state and start again. So that's why we won't close the position.
Yeah.
Basically.
But we will still there will be a lot of communication going out both on X, on TG, and in the app using notifications, informing, probably leading up to the migration so that you're aware when it happens exactly, and then the progress during, and then once it's finished. So we will keep everybody in a close communication loop for an MMBot that is risky. How do you mean? Because we will not pause the trading. If you could elaborate.
No, we will pause the trading because the bot will be closed, but theoretically you could get liquidated if you work with very high margin. So what we will do is hours before we do the migration, we will inform you. We will make a clear communication when this will happen. Then we will simply pause the bot and not close the position. But if you want to close your position, of course you can do it. And we will have a couple of reminders. And we expect the entire duration to be like 2 or 3 hours max. And we want to do it in a period of very low volatility. That's why we consider to do it on Sunday. Probably if we see that the market is super crazy, we will do it a bit later also. Oh yeah, that's the plan.
Thank you for clarifying, Thomas. Beautiful. Yeah, we're quite excited about that feature. And should we also maybe, Thomas, highlight that like a part of that feature will be available for free. A part of that feature will most likely be a subscription. And it's not because we want to get as much value as possible. It's because we need to pay as well for the infrastructure of hosting this, both the data, running the compute, and doing these things. So essentially, as we're getting closer and closer to hosting an LLM, to setting up this agentic org structure, managing our own database with partially proprietary data, all of that comes with a bit of an infrastructure cost that we will, of course, cover. But for users, you're going to be able to test it out for free to a certain extent. And then similar to other Perplexity Computer or Claude Code, or there's going to be sort of a payment gate if you want to really use it and get into it. But there is going to be a free version that might have some limitations. We're already playing around with an MVP version of it, and it's very exciting and very fun to be speaking to an actual agent that has real data, access to real live order books, that has access to our delta neutral scanner, that can see opportunities. One of my dreams, I said this to Thomas before, is that I would love to have a strategy that opens up 3 of the most attractive delta neutrals and let them run. And then as soon as one delta neutral is closed, it opens up another one. I think that could be a very interesting way to try and get 1.5% to 3% or something like that per month. But speculation, that's what I would love to be able to do with a sophisticated trading agent. Okay, we have run over a little bit on time. I will give the code. The code is learn and grow. You can write it in different ways. It's what we continuously strive to do at Mithril. I think we are going to revisit the strategy by which we integrate DEXs. I think we're going to deprioritize DEXs that only do points rewards, and we will most likely prioritize partners that can give more like Aftermath, more liquid, clear rewards with less speculation, with less lockups, or with less lead times, so that you, the traders, can get more immediate value for the value that you very much so create for the project. That's one of the learnings that we've taken from this past week and the events with Paradex. And that's most likely how we're going to make that actionable for Mithril going forward. We will probably see less of dexes that only do points for rewards, and we will most likely see more dexes and partners that do more concrete types of rewards, so that we mitigate that risk for us and for the entire community. Therefore, the code, suitably so, is learn and grow. All right, Thomas, do we have anything else that we want to highlight today, or is it time to wish everybody a fantastic weekend?
Nothing more on my side. I'm not inspired.
No worries, no worries. So as always, thank you everyone for staying with us. Highly recommend checking out both the Pacifica competition. There is a reward for everyone that is farming using Mithril. So hopefully we get a decent reward. We're currently, I think, the 3rd or 4th largest builder on Pacifica. So hopefully Mithril gets a community reward for all of us because we're using Mithril. And then for the 100 top traders, you will also get a reward from Pacifica. And then there is a fantastic, it seems to be a fantastic opportunity on Aftermath, potentially an infinite money glitch currently. Please do challenge me on the data. If you guys see conflicting data, you have my Twitter post. Feel free to jump into the comments and sort of concur if you see the similar data, or correct the data if you see anything else. But I think it's a very interesting situation to be following. And as Sanders and Toma has done, if you give the team a bit of feedback on Discord, maybe you get a surprise NFT egg, whatever that can be worth. With that, I hope everyone has a great weekend and that you have a good trading weekend, and we will see you again in the beginning of next week. And until then, thank you for the code once again. Learn and grow. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, guys.
Shining bright in the silver storm, cut through the dark where legends are born. Mithril flows, the heart of mine, forged in fire, chasing light. Mithril strong, unbreakable chain. Feel the pulse, the power remains. Mithril Vault, it gleams, it sings. Armor of God, the strength of kings. In the clash of steel, it never bends. Through every battle, it transcends. Mithril whispers a tale untold, a legacy carved in molten gold. Mithril strong, unbreakable chain. Feel the pulse, the power remains.